Welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight. I hope you stayed up late last night because we're never going to see anything like this again. An absolutely insane story of vindication. Donald Trump is an unstoppable force, and he's been given a very clear mandate by the American people. Stop the Democrat Party. Stop the lunacy that is destroying our country. For the past 4 years, all Biden and Kamala had to do was not be insane. The path to ending Trumpism and Trump's political career was not very complicated, but they simply couldn't resist. And 4 years of left-wing chaos gave Trump his foothold, and he took care of the rest. He is back tonight. He is stronger than he ever has been before, and his return to power signals the collapse of the establishment. The establishment government and the establishment media are now dead. For years, both colluded to destroy Trump's organic movement. Last night, Trump won the final battle. But today, there was no self-reflection to be found. Like a deranged vagrant screaming at pedestrians, these relics of yesterday just scream louder and louder to a largely tuned-out audience.
There were appeals to racism in this campaign, and there is racial bias in this country, and there is sexism in this country.
D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations of social media.
Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist.
But it's not just misogyny from white men. It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
It's misogyny from black men. A lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of,
with other Hispanics. You've got some that don't like each other.
There are levels of sexism and racism that clearly a lot of people in this country are willing to tolerate.
It's amazing. It's amazing to watch. It will never end. The media institutions, though, that for decades controlled most of our minds, realized this morning that their power has ended. It is interesting to think about it, but Trump is to politics exactly what Elon Musk's X is to mainstream media. It is alternative. And for the past few years, alternative media and populist politics has replaced corrupted power and its propaganda machines. This is a bloodless American revolution. Americans were scolded, they were fear-mongered, they were shamed, and yet they still came out black, white, brown, male, female, and elected the most vilified politician in American history. That's what happened last night. It was amazing to watch. The elites in this country are in absolute shock by what happened. And what's left of that establishment scrambling today to broadcast their same tired blabber. Here was New York's Attorney General Letitia James.
My office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we use the rule of law to fight back. And we are prepared to fight back once again.
The New York State Appellate Court has shredded Tish James' obviously politically motivated case against Trump here in New York, and today she holds a press conference to announce that she will continue to bulldoze democracy by unilaterally attacking the duly elected president with her own manufactured criminal cases. What a corrupt system we have in these blue states. And can you imagine a more awful person? The blind arrogance on Letitia James. You would struggle to find a lesser life form on this planet. This is what tyrants look like when they don't have enough actual power. They look exactly like Tish James. Imagine if she had enough power to just throw Donald Trump in prison without holding a trial or maybe executing him. She would do it in a heartbeat. She wouldn't think twice. Meanwhile, we're seeing the beginnings of a bit of a mutiny on the left. The Democrat Party that has coalesced so aggressively against Trump is getting hammered by critics tonight, critics of its own. On the far left, the host of the Young Turks going ballistic today on the Democrat Party after this humiliating bloodbath.
These Democratic leaders are simpletons. They're servants of the donor class. So they go in there like, oh, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris. I'm full of joy. Okay, well, what did that get you? I have no interest in listening to a single Democratic politician ever again. So these Democratic leaders are the most useless people on earth. If they're not all fired, the Democratic Party is out of its mind. They're lying to you. Why do you think they keep losing? They keep telling you how smart they are and how they're going to deliver you victories. And all they ever do is deliver loss after loss after loss.
Not a bad rant, and he's not wrong. One of Hollywood's most prominent liberals, film producer Adam McKay, tweeting out, "Who would have guessed lying about Biden's cognitive health for 2 years, refusing to do an open convention for a new nominee, never mentioning public health care and embracing fracking, the Cheneys, and a year-long slaughter of children in Gaza wouldn't be a winning strategy." This is the beginnings of the mutiny of the party, and they have to figure out how they're going to fight it off. They've been able to do it before. In addition to the years, and well, I should say in addition to the tears that we saw at Kamala's concession speech today, is a lot of anger. Democrats saw this election as very winnable, of course, which makes last night's bloodbath so unforgivable. The great irony is at the most critical time, at the absolute highest level, the left was betrayed by one of its most treasured ideologies, identity politics. Kamala Harris was the most elevated diversity hire in American history. She was #2 in command of the United States of America. And her ascension so far beyond her capabilities is precisely why Trump won in a landslide. If there is anyone left in the Democrat Party that has a functioning brain at this point, this election should command a radical course correction for the party. The end of wokeness, the end of radical progressive policies, the end of their party being controlled by coastal ideologues. They've gone too crazy. They must know that. If Democrats want to win again, they should let Democrats who own farms in flyover states have control of the agenda. Because as it stands, a platform of racial equity, gender theory, open borders, and criminal empathy was just smoked by a fascist Nazi.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.